Welcome, guys. My name is Abraham Buthia, better known as Abu. And thank you for joining us for Money Matters podcast, episode number 1. Very glad and happy to have you watching our show. So I'll tell you a bit about Money Matters, given that now it's our inaugural show. Money Matters is powered by MyZola, which is our personal financial management app that we've built to empower young upcoming people to better manage their finances. So all matters budgeting, all matters savings, investments, that's what we are all about. And we want to make everybody to be very financially literate. So our podcast will be all about that. So we'll be interviewing different people, getting to learn their stories, their journeys, and also get to understand the interactions with money. Also, we'll be bringing in experts to tell us more about how to interact with different financial instruments in the market and how and where to put our money. Okay, so I'm excited. Our very first guest of the show is my friend and someone who will also be the official host for the show. I've known her for 9 years and she will tell us more about herself. She's an accredited financial advisor. So again, an expert running the podcast. So super excited and looking forward to hearing more from her. So over to you, Martha. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
I hope now you'll be the one to introduce people next time.
I definitely will.
Yes.
So, yes.
Okay, so tell us a bit about yourself. Who's Martha? I know I've said you're an accredited financial advisor,
Okay.
but just to get to understand more about who Martha is.
Okay.
And I can share a lot about you because I know you in person, but I think our audience also wants to know who
Okay.
Martha is.
Okay. So, Martha, or what most people call me Nzomo, they don't know my other name. So, feel free, whichever. So, Martha is a third born, family of 4 kids. So 2 brothers, sister, and accredited financial advisor. But other than that, I have another life. So I am let me say, sports maniac.
Oh, really?
So yes.
Okay.
So in short, this is what I do. I swim twice a week. I gym twice a week. I dance twice a week. I love cycling. I love traveling. So that is just in summary about myself.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot to learn about you.
Yes.
I don't know the number of times I cycle. I don't know how many kilometers I walk. Probably I have a few things to learn from you other than financial literacy.
Yeah.
But super excited to have you here
Yeah.
and to learn more from you today.
Yes.
So tell us about your journey. How did you end up in finance? Growing up, was that something that was inculcated growing up, or is that also what you studied? Walk us through your journey and how you ended up probably here.
Wow. So my journey, I'll take you way back in time. Way back in time.
Before I knew you.
Way back.
Okay.
When I say way back, it's I think over 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yes. So when I was growing up.
Okay.
So my dad is the one who brought us up.
Okay.
That is my number one fan.
Okay. You're always talking about him.
Yes, he's my
every
number
other
one
time,
fan.
yeah.
More than every Dr. Kithusi. Salutes to you. So he's the one who brought us up. Disciplined father, discipline. So let me give you a story. So you see the way we used to be given pocket money from time to time. And so that would be like maybe on a Friday. Okay, instead of having this lunch in school and all that.
Is that primary or high school?
Primary. So here we are talking from class 1 to class 8.
So you were in boarding school?
No. Primary. I was in day school.
Okay.
High school, I was in a boarding school where we used to shave
Oh my gosh.
as bald as, okay, your hair is even long, but that is just outside the topic. So I'm just showing you the discipline where it started. So let me just speak like class 2, 3, 4 moving forward. So you're given like, let me give you like 100 shillings. So it was me and my younger brother called Muso. So he would give us money, but tell us, please come back and put something aside. So that means I'm already thinking, so I wanted to buy chips, ice cream and soda, but I can't buy the chips and the ice cream and soda. So that means one thing has to get out.
Yeah.
So for that means soda. So I'll come back home with 20 shillings.
Okay.
And the same thing for my brother. So he got us these little piggy banks.
Okay. Yeah.
I think there was one for Barclays and then these ones that you buy when you travel. Or those quality street boxes.
Yes.
So it was sealed and then you just come and deposit. And you'd hold us accountable.
So for how much you're saving?
Yes, like you must bring something.
Some change.
Even if it was 10 shillings, 20 shillings.
Wow.
Yes, so that's how my journey personally for financial, let me say, wellness started.
Okay.
So it went forward for a while. So it was both of us.
Okay. Maybe just as a question. So what were you doing with that money that you're saving? Did you ever get to a point where you had to break that piggy bank and buy something?
No. He was the one who used to keep the piggy banks. Okay. So he did not have complete access. So you see, already we are keeping money, but we're not really thinking about it.
How to spend it. Or
I'm not thinking if I want ice cream, can I go get it? No. So that's money that is it's just growing over time.
Okay.
No matter the amount. So even if it was 5 shillings, 10 shillings, 20 shillings, it didn't matter.
I'm super curious to find out what you actually did with that money later on.
Yes.
But now taking it back there, it's a matter of discipline. And this is discipline from a point of even how you are allocating your money from a very tender age.
Yes.
Has that been something that has helped you till date? And have you seen that continuing over the years?
Yes. So now let me still continue the same story. So fast forward, went to high school. Now you see high school, but high school was quite strict. It was in Ukambani, Kitui County.
Oh my.
Yes. Where, like it was a strict school, but I'm grateful.
Are we going to say the school?
It was called Mudhale Girls. I know most of you have not heard of it.
I've never known about this.
Used to be a provincial school. And most people always ask me, Martha, how did you, from Consolata, that's where I was in primary, to Mudhale, that transition, how did you? And by the way, I never complained.
You were okay with it?
I was okay. By the way, I shaved my hair bald.
Bald?
Yes, we didn't have midterm.
Do you have photos to put in there?
I have photos.
But anyway,
we'll talk about it, yes.
Okay.
So again there, so we didn't have access to money.
Okay.
So my dad, again, disciplined, used to give me 300 shillings pocket money. Yes.
Per term?
But you see, I was wise.
Shillings.
But I was wise, okay?
But what do you do with 300 shillings?
Exactly, good question. So I was like, this guy, I have trips and all these things. So you know what I decided to do? I started giving him a budget. So I write pocket money, 300 shillings. Trip to Mombasa, 1,500. Trip to Nairobi. I'm not giving guys ideas, but I'm just, because you would not understand where is this money going to. Trip to Nairobi, because the school is in Kitui.
Yeah.
So I would break it down for him, and it made sense to him.
Okay.
So that's how I grew the pocket money from maybe 300 to 4,000 as an example.
You should be working in my company.
Yes.
And helping us to drive those numbers to investors.
Yes. So I would give him a budget, and that's how we survived in high school.
Okay.
Yes. Fast forward, campus. So I was in USIU. Now, let me give you my story. So in USIU, I was always running away from finance and marketing.
Okay.
I was like,
you're not good with numbers.
No, actually, I was good. My dad is great with numbers, but he wanted me to do accounting.
Okay.
And I just didn't like that stuff. I didn't like it.
So you were good at it, but you just didn't like it?
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have passion.
Okay.
I didn't.
What was your passion at the time?
I just knew one day I want to work in a bank and wear a suit. That's what I felt.
And you're still wearing suits?
Yes, and I'm still wearing suits.
Yeah, actually, when I actually met Martha, she was actually working at a bank.
Yes.
And I know she'll tell us the story. I don't know whether she still works there, but she'll tell us more of whether she's still working there. So that was your dream at the time?
Yeah, so I just knew I want to work in a bank. I just didn't understand because I used to see my dad wearing official. He used to look nice.
Was he working in a bank?
No, he worked in different financial, like a school. just different institutions, but he was a CFO.
Okay. So what was this about banking that you wanted to? Why did you look at bankers and you thought that they are cool people?
Because when you were young, my dad would go with us sometimes to the bank. So you see that image, and also seeing him work in good organizations. I also knew, and I also went to wear a suit and just be like him.
Okay.
And I would see him with different checkbooks. So I'd be like, I want to work where the money is.
Interesting. So you go to uni, and that's a matter of choosing
concentration.
your career.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I don't want accounting, I don't want finance. So what did I do? I wanted the easy way out. Strategic management. So that's what I did.
Where did you study?
SIU.
Okay.
Got 3.814 out of 4.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're a smart
honors.
girl.
Yeah, I'm smart. I'm smart.
Okay.
Don't see me. So now work happened. Now let me tell you my story. This is now where it gets interesting.
Okay.
So it's a few months internship. So you get to internship. Most guys are doing project, but I knew I just want to work somewhere. And I got an opportunity in one of the insurance companies. It was known as...
It's big, I think. Yeah.
But I was just happy to go there. The best part, I met a very good lady called Janice. She's like my best friend. She's my mentor. I want you to follow the dots of how,
how
like
you ended
the
up
universe connects you to the right people.
Actually, Steve Jobs always says you only join the dots by looking backwards.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I met this lady called Janice. I just got a call one day. I was in school. She was like, can you come to office? I was like, yes, even if you want now, I can come. Remember, I want to work somewhere.
Yeah.
So I went, met her. They told me I'd be an intern for about 3-4 months. Best part, they would be paying me.
Okay. This is immediately after uni?
No. So in USIU, they needed us to do some internship work experience, or you do, like, I think it was a project.
As part of your coursework?
Yes, and then you can graduate. Correct.
Okay.
So those 3 months, I got this opportunity, and I was happy because some people are not being paid, and I was going to be paid 7,500 every 2 weeks. So that's like 15,000 per month.
You are rich.
I had money.
Yeah, and USIU can be fun, so
yes,
you are balling.
But then the funny thing, I actually moved out in campus.
Okay.
Most people don't know that.
Okay. And was your dad giving you like allowance? Remember, you're being given 300 shillings all the way up to, I think, 4,500. Like, you will be able to present your case. And now the money increased. How much are you getting at this time in university?
I like the way you're saying present your case because... Again, so in USIU, I had a lot of time. Like, I found like I had 2 classes per day. So that's 3 hours in a whole day.
Okay.
So I joined a club. Then after finishing, we did a lot of activities, more of like community development.
Okay.
Then I decided to join student leadership. Most people don't know this story, by the way.
Wow.
So guess what? I was a babu, of USIU.
Oh,
in
really?
20 years. You don't know that.
So soon maybe we'll see you in politics.
No.
Okay.
That was just to pass time.
I'm stretching it, eh?
Yes. So that was around 2013 and thereabouts.
So again, sorry, take you back a bit. So where did these leadership skills come from? Is it that, remember, you're trying to hustle and trying to present your case and you have a lot of spare time between, is it just from a point of curiosity and trying to make something out of yourself during your free time? Or is it also something as part of your upbringing that has inculcated some leadership skills in you?
Yes, the last part actually.
Oh.
So my dad is...
That needs an MVP.
By the way, he's those guys, even at home, he has to be doing something. So I think I carried that trait with me. Like, I can't just be idle, live in the house. And my younger brother, Muso, knows this.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I have a lot of time. What else will I be doing?
Okay.
So because I finished the club, USIU, I was really free now. I didn't have any other leadership thing I was doing. So I applied for School of Business. You have to be voted in. But then finally, someone told me, why are you going for such a role? Go for the chairperson. So I was like, what?
Oh my.
So I formed a team. We were called Team Alliance. We have those photos, by the way. Those ones we can share.
Okay.
It doesn't look like me, but yes, we organized. It was like a rally.
No, right now you're more polished.
Yes. So those days you buy
probably
guys
have
lunch.
More money.
You buy guys lunch. My dad was my financier, by the way.
Okay.
So
there are
give
no
money.
sponsors, eh?
So actually, I was using it as a way of also moving out. So I would tell him, can I now move out? He'll be like, no. I told him, now, I'm going to be a student leader.
Yeah.
So I need to now be closer to school because I'll be taking evening classes.
Yeah.
You know what he told me? First win the elections and we talk.
Eish. So it was big for him.
It was big for him, but for me, I was like,
you have the
Deal is
you have the
on.
support you
Yes.
need.
Yes.
It's one person against the world.
Yes. So I
Yeah,
campaigned
okay.
and we won. It's actually, it was posted on Twitter. So if you Google Martha Nzomo, you'll even see it.
Oh my, I've never known.
Yes. I know. Most people don't know.
Okay.
So qualified, I moved out.
Mhm.
I want you to also understand the story of independence.
Okay.
I moved out in 2013. And
So you became a student leader. Which year is this?
it's 2013 thereabouts. I just can't
Okay.
remember the exact
Is
about.
it your third year of uni, fourth year?
Yes, third year, almost crossing to fourth year.
Okay.
Thereabouts,
Okay.
yes. So now I moved. My dad told me go and look for the house yourself. You know, like all those things. And then I learned how, like, if there's no toothpaste, I can't stay. Like I have to buy the toothpaste. You get?
I
There's
thought
no
you were
food.
staying without.
Yeah, you know, you're used to dad. This takeaway brought etc. When there's no money, because it'd give me like 2,000, like I think per week. So now you budget your food, transport,
Everything.
You know, at least I would walk to school. So I was saving in some ways.
Yeah.
So fast forward now, I've joined and I'm getting the money.
Okay.
Now, I didn't have a bank account for a very long time. So they would pay me via M-Pesa.
Okay.
And I would be so happy because my dad was still taking care of me then. Okay.
So until third year, actually until fourth year,
yes,
you're basically surviving on the 2,000 that you're being given on a weekly basis. Okay.
And my dad is not the kind to, I don't have this, send me. It is 2,000 per week. Work with it.
And I know uni has so many activities.
Exactly.
Fridays,
you know,
and many other.
Thursday.
Yeah. So how are you surviving with the 2,000?
At times, I would call my older brother. Tell him, I need money for a cab. We're going out with my friends.
Okay.
And he was also strict, 500 cents. So I had to work within that budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're working.
I am. Yes. Now
you're
I'm
getting
working.
some M-Pesa. 15,000 is
yes,
it? Okay.
15,000. But remember, my discipline of saving since I was young was still there.
So you're stacking up some few
Yes,
shillings.
I would look at my M-Pesa balance. I remember I asked Janice now. She's my mentor, my friend that I mentioned. She was like, open M-Shwari and be putting the money. Fast forward, I am leaving. The contract has ended that.
That's 3 months in.
Yes.
Okay.
So Janice came and asked me one day, you know, because I was leaving and I got an opportunity at the bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going in as a graduate trainee.
Yeah.
For me, it was like a dream come true.
Yes.
Now, I remember she asked me, so where's your money? I told her it's in my M-Shwari, the way you had told me. She was like, and how much is there? I told her I have 70,000. She was like, what?
You were being paid 15,000. You've been there for 3 months.
Yes.
That's 45,000.
45.
Now you have 70.
Yes, because also when my dad was saving, I would put some monies aside. She was really shocked.
And impressed. I'm also very impressed.
Yes. So to her, she was like how? Like, how do you have this money? And remember, I didn't have a bank account.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure, I mean, M-Pesa is like, anyone is it's like someone is calling you. The shoes are calling you. Backyard is calling you. You know.
Yeah, backyard shoes. You know.
So still, I had that money.
Okay.
So she asked me like, so what's the plan with them? And I told her, I just need 20,000 for my fridge. She was like, fine, take the 20,000. I told me, give me the 50,000. We're gonna open it and keep it in an account for you in emergency fund.
Is it a bank account or?
Yeah.
At the time.
No. She was like, I don't want you to touch this money.
Okay.
We're gonna move it to a money market account.
So you opened a money market.
My first money market account
at probably
2014.
How old? Okay. We
so
don't
I
want to do the
was
math.
22 years old.
22 years
yes.
old. Wow.
Yes, and I
opened. How many
opened.
people have opened a money market account at 22 years? This is why we are doing Money Matters, because we need people to understand that many people are earning a very decent salary at a very tender age, but they don't know where to put their money. Other than sherehe and wearing new kicks and buying an iPhone and eating KFC, and which are good brands. But where else do you put your money?
Yes.
And I like the fact that you're saying you hadn't even opened a bank account.
I didn't have a bank account.
But your first account was having an account that will actually give more money or gain interest on your money.
So now
Love
with that,
for you.
Then I had to open a bank account because I'm going to the bank and all that. But from there, you know, like I didn't understand how this thing is working, but I trusted because she has experience. She's 10 years older than me, by the way.
Okay.
But she's also my best friend.
Yes.
So she brought an advisor. I didn't understand much, but I was like, okay, if it's gonna be growing, it's okay.
Okay.
It's fine. And every month I get the statements, etc.
Yeah.
Fast forward 5 years later. So when I joined the bank, I would set 3K, 4K, 2K, you know. I
Wow.
mean, I always say, take care of yourself. When you're going out, spend, but always put something small, dependent on the income that you're getting. Because
Okay.
I'm not in competition with you.
Yeah.
So if you're
yeah.
putting 100,000 and I'm putting 2,000 shillings, it's because that's my capacity.
Yeah.
Most people want to, I want to be like
Rush,
Abraham,
yeah.
he's driving an XYZ. I want to get there.
yes.
I'm walking. No, I
Yeah.
always say it's a journey.
Everybody is working there at their own pace. So
Yes.
let's go a few steps back again.
Yes.
And now you have your 70,000.
Yeah.
You've put some money in money market. How much did you put?
I put 50,000 because I needed to buy the fridge of 20.
And then you bought the fridge.
Yes.
Now you're at zero. So this is the time you're finished with your internship.
Yes.
You've not yet graduated, I'm assuming, because that's your course.
I graduated a month now later.
A month later. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then how then did you start off your career?
Good
Walk us
question.
through your career journey.
Now let me make you guys laugh. So fast forward, and this I think is advice also to parents, kids, whatever. In January, when I got my first salary in the bank, I think I got about 40-something thousand shillings. And
that's net.
Yeah,
of course it's net because that's what
everything
is put in your account.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember, though you're used to dad, I told him, let me use you as an example. Baba, money for pocket money. He told me, have you been paid your salary? I told him, yeah. He's like, okay, go pay rent, transport, food, everything. Now you start your life. Have you ever been shocked? Like, I was like, what? Like, and by the way, it's not something that he had planned. Like from then, I remember we were in town in his car. He just dropped me to take a matatu to home. I was like, Kenny, now the 40-something minus rent. My rent was 15,000 then. I was like, that's 25.
Yeah.
Transport, because my place was quite far from work. So I was like, gosh, let me tell you guys, that independence will humble you. You see, when you're home, chicken, that there's no bread, there's no soda, there's no juice.
You needed rent before he used to send.
Wow.
You needed something. You used to present your case. You're good at pitching, so you could send you money.
Look at the money I'm left.
Now
I'm
he's
left
putting a tough face.
I'm like, I have like 10,000. My guys, I ate cabbage and ugali for a very long time.
Like consistently?
Yeah, because that's what I can't afford to buy
and
meat.
You have to cook because you can't buy.
Yeah, of course, so that was the most affordable meal. So I would carry food to work.
Okay.
I remember I used to see guys going to Westie, those places. I used to see them eating lunch to 50. I was like, wow.
Hold up. You've not told us even where your first job was.
Oh gosh, sorry.
So let's go back again.
Okay.
And let's walk that journey. Now you're done with working at what is now. You've graduated.
Yes.
I'm assuming it was an honors.
Yes, 3.814. It was called. It was magna cum laude. Because the top one was summa, so I missed it by 0.86.
Okay, very brilliant lady.
Yeah.
And then how do you end up in your first job after that?
So of course,
and how long did that take you?
So I remember I had extended my contract.
Okay.
But then luckily, I was someone had put in a word. There was an opening for management trainees. So I had applied for that. So it was not direct like you're going as a staff. You have to go through a training program.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did. I remember I failed the first time. I failed, by the way, guys. I failed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So the first year?
No, the aptitude. You know those aptitude things?
Okay.
But the guys, when I tell you numbers, because those things are fast, I failed.
And they are timed.
Luckily, I got another chance and I passed. I think I just passed, like I was just there.
Okay.
And that's how I started my journey in banking, what is known as now.
Okay.
So, let me say shock.
So this is management trainee program.
Yes. So
I'm assuming it's like a 6 months program?
Yeah, so we did it for 3 months, intense, Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
So it was with guys from
all the way to Saturday.
Rwanda, Uganda, so it was mixed. And I loved it because you still be wearing suits, so I used to feel like I'm working.
Yeah. Now you're living your dream at this time.
Yes, I feel like I'm on
you're
top
working
of that.
at a bank.
And
this is a Pan-African bank.
Yeah,
for
one
that
day
matter.
I was looking at the logo. I was like, I'm working there. I'm working in this brand. I was so excited.
Yeah.
So now remember, so the good thing during that training period, they used to give us lunch. So remember, I was saving money.
Yeah.
I was only spending transport.
Okay.
So after that, we were all confirmed.
After the 3 months,
yes.
You get confirmed after 3 months.
Yeah, you do like
but there are some
exams.
people who don't actually make it past that.
Most people made it because we would have to do several exams, but most of us passed. But now, remember I told you guys that I was running away from finance and marketing.
Yeah.
No, they came and told us, guys, the available opportunities are in
Finance and market.
sales.
Oh, sales.
It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Actually met you when you're in
I
sales.
was like, sales, marketing, what I've been running away from. In short, guys, the thing that you run away from will
They
always
actually
follow you.
Oh my.
So I remember I was like, there's no way there's no back office where I'm behind. Because this is my dream. I wanted to be behind a computer. I'll just be typing. My coat is hanging. I'll just be typing. Not
Boss
to
lady,
not to
yeah.
go and speak to people there. And I was like, what? But anyway, I was like, fine, let's do it. First 6 months, I went crying to my dad. I was like, this work I cannot do.
The work that you've been dreaming to
Yes.
do for the last I don't know how many years.
This is what it entails. Like, I didn't know how to speak to people.
Oh.
I didn't even know
You were
documentation. Shy. No, like engaging. Now I'm trying, like you're selling. Like my thoughts are all over. I was like, this thing is not working. Why can't I be behind the desk like the guys in back office?
Yeah. Or being a teller.
I didn't want to be a teller. But I just wanted to be inside, the nice offices. Wow. So I got to learn that things take time.
Take time, for sure.
6 months, I was struggling still. I wasn't mentored so much where I used to work then. So I just felt like this thing, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I got an opportunity to change. So I moved from SME to corporate banking. All these are still sales, but you're selling to different kinds of clients. Okay.
Yeah.
So good thing I was trained and I became really good because I started managing law firms and all that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
big companies.
Big complicated transactions, I'm doing them. Fast forward, so all along, my income is growing slowly. Remember, slowly, not at the...
Were there like commissions or how was the income growing?
It was based on salary.
Okay.
So I remember my first promotion, I got I was very happy, guys. To you might be laughing, but plus 10,000 gross, which was 6,000 net.
Oh, and I was so excited.
I was so excited.
Was that going to savings or were you going to increase your expenses in tandem to how your income has increased?
So, of course, my rule is I will save slightly more, but always rule, push more on savings. Fine, expenditure, then you can also increase. Not that I'm now moving from where I was staying, guys. No. Maybe I can buy at least chicken maybe once a week. You understand? Not
You've
drastic.
been eating ugali and skuma wiki.
Yeah, now I can have beef kidogo, like
once
to spice it up, avocado. Yeah, so that's what I started doing.
Okay.
Then again, another promotion
And you
came.
Increased your savings as well? Okay.
My promotion came like that. Fast forward, let me talk about 2019. I got an offer from a good friend of mine. Now, remember, I used to take a matatu, whatever. And guys used to ask me, Martha, by the way, you live so far and your dad lives near the bank in Westlands. Why can't you just move back? I was like, no, there is no way. Like,
you're moving back home.
There's no way. Because they would not understand. It's raining. I remember I even had gumboots hidden somewhere in the office, raincoat. And I was okay. Because I knew it's my journey. Yeah. I can't start living his life. Yeah. Imagine moving out and then coming back home. I was like, you know what? No, I also have my independence. It's far, but I know, let me work hard. I know I'd leave such a place one day.
Yeah.
So it's continuing the journey. 2019, I remember my friend goes selling her car.
Oh.
Now, let me talk about some risks guys are usually scared of. You see, the problem with guys who save a lot.
They don't want to spend that money.
You don't want to
touch that money. It's actually the word touch. You just want to see that bank account.
Have money. I like seeing it.
And let me just weigh in on that.
Yeah.
Even when you're talking about the savings conversation and you saving in a money market, before you even open your bank account, think about it. People just want to see money in their account.
You're correct.
Not even the money market. That's another conversation. True. You just want to keep money in your account. And see, every other day you're swiping, you're like, okay, now I have more.
Yes.
We've even seen people, I remember I saw a video, even Dangote at some point, when he made, I don't know how many millions of dollars or whatever that was. But he went and withdrew the money, put it there, somewhere. And then he was like, but they I'm rich. Yes. And I think there's that aspect of people where you just want to see, but they actually have made money, are making money.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's a poverty syndrome. I have no idea. But I think we all go through that phase. So now you're seeing the money in your account. You also don't want to touch it, but now you're walking and doing all that. So walk us through that journey of how you bought your first car. Okay. It feels like we are going there.
Yeah, so correct. So now I had a savings account in the bank as well.
Okay.
So where I'm paid is the current account for what is transactional, where you have your ATMs, it's called the debit card, whatever. whatever.
Yeah.
But then I opened a savings for just other small things that, if a shoe is calling me, I can take the money. Okay. Now, you see the problem with bankers, you like being smart. So I've seen Abraham in a nice suit. Even me, I want to get that suit.
Get a suit,
So
yeah.
that savings account is what I would do with those funny things. Because you see, most guys lie to themselves that, let me not save this month. I'll recover next month. That's usually a lie. When you have access to the money, it's fine. Like, at least I would not feel so bad because I had a money market account.
Yeah.
And I was disciplined every month
to deposit some amount there.
without fail.
Okay.
Whether it was 2,000, I had to put in money.
So very consistently.
That's actually the word. Because I know some guys, you put the first deposit and you keep telling people that you have a money market account, but with the first deposit only.
Maybe because we're talking about accounts, maybe we can pause there and talk about this for a minute. What kind of accounts did you have at that time? Okay. So you talked about having a savings account with the bank, having a money market account. And did you have like a SACCO at the time? Because I've seen many people when they're trying to buy their first car or start their first business, they've saved with SACCO.
Yeah.
So then they're able to take a loan easily and probably at a lower interest rate. Okay. So at that time, how was your account structure looking like?
It's good you brought that. So before I get to the car, let me talk about this accounts matter. So when I joined the bank, you had to have your salary account, which is the current account.
Okay. And to have it with the bank that you're working for.
Yeah, of course, with the bank that
you have no choice.
You have no option. So I had to put money there. But to me, that was more of like, it's a transactional account. My rent will stay there until the time it's due.
Okay.
Transport, that's where it's going to stay. So that was more of money that is not staying kind of account. But then I was like, also, I need a savings in case of other small things here and there. Maybe I want to travel. Where can I get money as well? Then finally, my account that time I was like, that I am not going to touch is my money market account.
Okay.
So that's what I had.
Okay.
SACCO, not really, because remember, I was not getting so much, but there was that option that we could join the SACCO and all that.
Okay. The bank had a SACCO.
It was more of like Kenya Bankers.
Kenya Bankers, because you're within an association. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So fast forward.
Now to the car.
To the car. So one day I went for lunch with this friend of mine. She's called Gloria. So Gloria was like, oh, by the way, Martha, we are selling our Mazda Demio. I loved that car so much.
That was also my first car.
Yeah, I remember it. His was maroon. I remember.
Well, actually, not maroon, but wine red. You know, the logbook had to read wine red.
Wine red. So I was like, so she was telling me. Gloria's like, oh, by the way, we are selling our car. I was like, okay, that's nice. Good for you guys. She was like, Martha, as in, I'm telling you this because I want you to buy the car. Hey, I told her, hey, wait, I don't even have money for the car. I don't say okay, I was telling all those things. Number one, not that I didn't have the money. I had the money. But I was like, who is going to pay at insurance? At fuel? Me, I don't what if accidents? All those things that we start thinking.
You're just thinking of all the costs attached to the car.
She was like, just think about it. So then, you see when someone floats an idea towards you, I started thinking. I remember home and asked my brother, how would it be if I came with a car? He'd be like, oh, I'll be so excited. You deserve it. Did you see?
Then you go to your dad.
But then, some months before, a lady called Janice, my best friend, was like, Martha, you can't start. So I used to go to the gym and swimming. So I had 2 bags, a handbag, a gym bag, and my lunch. Can you imagine every day? I was not driving. So in the matatu, I'd be squeezing with people. And I was comfortable, guys. Even if it's raining, it's okay. I have a raincoat and I have boots.
Okay.
And I was okay. But I was like, why are guys feeling sorry for me? See, I'm fine.
I'm already feeling sorry.
I'm okay.
But anyway.
I'm okay.
So your friends thought like it's about time for you to get something.
But I was like, see, this is my money. Me, I know when it's time and I'm okay. My expenditure is low. And that's what it should
sorry
be.
to ask, to interrupt, but at that time, did you know what you want to do with your money market savings?
I just
had you allocated something in your mind that this money was being set aside for this?
I just knew. So one day I will buy. My idea then was I want to buy like an apartment or something fast.
Okay.
So these guys are thinking about my convenience now, etc.
Like that's a liability.
Yeah, and my boss also used to tell me, Madam, why are you not buying a car? That's how you tell me, eh? Why you hear matatu all the time, all this, because you would see me.
And the product you're selling it now to top tier customers.
Imagine.
Then you have to take an Uber.
Yeah, like all yes. So I thought about it, prayed about it. And I remember I told Gloria, I was like, okay, so how much are you guys offering? So she told me, but it was a really good deal. I won't lie. It was the best decisions I've ever made. Called, guys, transfer funds,
Hey,
contract drawn. And that's how I got my first car.
but it cash.
Cash,
Wow.
without borrowing, loan, nothing.
Maybe on that. And sorry to interject again, but did what's your advice to like young people? And given that now you're in the financial space, I'm sure everybody makes their own independent decisions, and every decision is valid as long as you've carefully evaluated it. But what's your advice from where you sit as a financial advisor on taking loans to buy cars? Is it advisable?
So the first thing, if you remember, I said it in the beginning. Everyone is on a different journey. That's the first thing I think we need to
clear,
to get clear from the beginning. Everyone is on a different journey. We will never be on the same page. Yes, once you graduate, it's like a referee. It's like a whistle has been blown. Some of us will go make mistakes. We'll get into debt. But the first thing I will tell someone, from your first salary, don't think it's too small. Always be setting something aside first. Okay? Don't be in a hurry now. I want to go and move in Kilelesha because your parents were staying there. No. Stay where it's convenient and you can afford it. Why should I live in a place whereby I'm being chased because of rent arrears and I cannot afford? As in, accept the situation or at that moment where you are. Okay? As things get better, then you can start thinking about it. But I always say, go for convenience. I'm not going to go and say, I'm going to buy this German to impress you. Why am I impressing you? If you can afford it, it's fine, well and good. But ask yourself, really, will I be the person who it's mid-month, so my car needs to be parking? As in, why? It's supposed to be for convenience. Now it's raining, your car is in the parking lot and all those things. I always say, slowly by slowly, step by step, take care of yourself. Avoid debt that is not good, that is bad debt. I mean, I will not be the kind of person. It's Friday. All these apps are talking to you. Hey, Fuliza limit has been increased to 25,000.
Why do they do that on weekends?
Because they know we are consumers. It's to trigger spending. That's what most of these companies do. It's to trigger spending. And what happens with that? You start getting into a chain of debt. So I'll go to Timiza. Take this to now clear this. So your life is built around debt. I always say it's good debt. I always go for good debt, bad debt. If it's a top up to your car for, like a good loan, it's okay. But don't do it. Take a loan for lifestyle. That's what most people do. If you can afford it, good it's deal, fine. Everything, you've done your background checks, please proceed. Yes. So depending on the situation, on how you evaluate the situation, it can either be good or bad.
So I know we've really talked about your journey. Now you've bought your first car using savings, and you've walked us through that journey. At what point then do you make that change from the bank to what you're doing right now? And you need to tell us more about what you actually do right now. So I was in banking for close to 7 years. But I took a decision. I call it, I jumped off a cliff. I was not happy in the bank. I was not happy. Remember, this is your dream job. You're living your dream. So at what point was there a disconnect? Was there a disconnect between your dream and now you're reality. Like, this is not working. And how long did you stay at the bank? Because I think by the time I knew you and you were at the bank, you had stayed there for a while. Actually, I was among the longest serving staff now. Surprisingly, I'm still in that bank. Just because you convinced me anyway. Yes, and I grew. Actually, had a team of 22 people and I quit all of that. Quit. Like I left. I didn't want any of that because number one, I was not happy. The environment was now toxic. I mean, if you're getting to a point whereby you're not happy to go to work, it's Sunday, I feel like it's the end of the world. Yeah, because tomorrow you have to wake up. You're crying. I got to a point now, even you're like depressed, sad. Like the relationship, it's not working for me. It was basically a toxic place. And I was like, and my dad kept saying, peace of mind is more important. Peace of mind is more important. And I was like, gosh, but now, I have a salary. I'm doing my MBA. Where will I get all that money? So I just quit because it was not working for me. And, when someone keeps on beating you down, telling you you're not good at this, you're not good at that,
sometimes you even believe that. So I just said, then let someone else better come and do the role.
Yeah.
So I was not happy, and it was a toxic environment, full stop.
Okay.
So life is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
My client
Mm-hmm.
in the bank, the first person I went to tell that I'm leaving,
Mm-hmm.
even but before I told
I
you,
thought I was the first. Anyway, it's okay. Uh-huh.
I remember he asked me, okay, Martha, now, so now, you're leaving.
What are you gonna
now,
do?
Yeah, he asked, okay, he was like, yeah, what are you going to do? But he was like, so now,
What next?
even, what will you do? So I told
And
him,
what will we do as the customers?
So there were those
do
two
we move
issues.
with you? Do we
Because
stay?
to me, clients are my everything.
Yeah,
so I was
yeah.
disappointed, I'm letting them down, I'm leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and also for myself, now what next?
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, no, I'm going to finish my MBA. He's like, no, in terms of money, what are you going to do?
Yeah, because as much as you're
So I
doing
told him,
MBA,
I may join company X. There was insurance company 1, 2. He was like, no. And that's when he picked up the call. This is now the power of social circles of networking. Called where I am today, just made a call.
mm-hmm.
And that's how I got an interview. Just the same week. And it was more of starting over. They wanted me to go in as in charge of a team.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you know what? No, let me just start afresh, get my clients again, which is my passion, instead of managing, boss, 22 people and all that. Because for me, client is everything. And that's why I ended up being a financial advisor at where I work today.
Okay.
And it's the best decision I have ever made. I'm in love with my job.
Okay.
I will work, whatever time.
Yeah.
I will work. Why? There's peace of mind. There's happiness. I enjoy passion that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the things we never talked about was some of your successes.
Oh, yeah.
You're just recently from Germany.
Yes.
I think the first year you joined your insurance. You do sell insurance as part of the products that you actually sell in the market.
Yeah.
And I remember your first year. Okay, before we even get to your first year, when you were about to leave the bank, we had a very deep conversation with you. You were telling me how you're frustrated with the banking sector, etc., how you're scared about what to do next. Around that same time, you hadn't figured out what to do. First year of selling insurance, if I'm not wrong, you're in the papers.
Yes.
I was like, what do you mean? You're just 1 year into this.
Actually, 6 months.
6 months.
Yes, because I got in half year.
Half year.
Yes.
And you made it to top 100.
So that time I was in the...
So tell us a bit about your success and all the successes you've been part of. Yeah.
So I joined now let me say, because I do pensions and investments at ICA.
Okay.
So basically short-term, long-term investments, depending as per client need.
Okay.
So in that, when I joined in June 2021, every year there's usually industry competitions, the celebrations.
Okay.
So you must meet certain parameter of clients, volume of business, and also make sure that business is quality.
Okay.
Not just getting consistent business.
Yeah. I think quality is more about consistent.
Clean business.
Yes.
Not doing funny things, trying to get ahead.
Yeah.
So I came in half the year. I remember people have been working from January. I have just joined in June.
They have a 6-month head start.
Exactly. But who is God? And also from experience. Because honestly speaking, I don't think I would have done or I'm doing my job as good. If I had not gone through what I went through in the bank, the training and everything, it has contributed. Even my clients and all that, how I get them is through networks and all that has contributed. So that year I made it to the industry competitions.
Okay.
And I qualified for an international trip fully sponsored by the company with spouse. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that was 2021.
Which was your first trip?
So that one was it's yet to happen.
Oh, okay.
But so next year, 2022, I qualified for a Dubai trip.
Okay.
So I went to Dubai.
Okay.
Last year, I went to Cape Town.
Okay.
And I am just from Germany.
From Germany.
Yes,
oh my,
yes,
kudos.
And they owe me another trip.
And they still owe you a trip. Okay.
Yeah, but remember, it's passion because, have you ever been called, I remember in the bank, if I was told to meet a client on Saturday, I'd be like, no. But here, I am willing to wait even for hours. For me, I enjoy what I'm doing because remember, I have grown in, I have been trained or brought up in the space of financial advisory. So I enjoy doing that and helping people as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll tell us more about the specific product you like selling. I know everybody has their niche, right?
Yes.
And as much as you're generally an accredited financial advisor.
Yeah.
And that's your passion.
Yeah.
You'll tell us more about a certain product you're very
Passionate
about.
Yeah.
And maybe tell us why you're passionate about that as a product.
Okay.
And because I believe there are stories that are out there as we try and do this podcast
Yes.
and talk more about financial literacy. We need to also understand some of the stories that are out there and that can inspire us into financial inclusion, because I don't think we are doing this because of our own selfish interest, but it's basically to inspire other people, for them to understand why certain products are important, and to understand that they need to plug into some of these products for a better lifestyle and a better tomorrow, and for even a more purposeful life. So tell us about that, and maybe share even a story as an example of a story of someone who's taken that product, how the situation was, etc.
Okay, so two things. When I am meeting any client, I am not a selfish person, so I don't drive my agenda. The first thing I always ask somebody is number one, like, let's say, Abram, tell me about yourself. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you in business? Are you self-employed? Because number one, the mistake that most people think is maybe I'm not employed, so I don't qualify, which is a first mistake.
Okay.
So whether self-employed, because I know guys in business, their incomes tend to fluctuate. Still eligible.
Yeah.
So I get to know, like, already, what are you doing? Are you saving the bank? Mshwari? Are you in debt? Most people don't ask those questions because if you're in debt, I have to help you get out of that debt before even putting you on some of these investments.
Yes.
So the first thing I always will recommend a place for an emergency. Where if today, let's say your phone, like you, Abram, if your phone disappeared today, will you stay a month without your phone?
Probably not.
Good. So that's where a money market account comes in. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to travel in 6 months with your family.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to buy furniture.
Yeah.
Where can I put money that is also growing?
Yes.
To be the money market account.
Okay.
Now that's one. It's more of short term. I've helped you short term.
Yeah.
But Abram, in 10 years, okay, some people maybe I'm single right now. In 10 years, I may have a child.
You'll have dependents.
I'll have dependents, yes. Or maybe it's my brother's child I want to educate.
Yeah.
But even for me as a person, in 10 years, what do I want for myself?
Maybe let me even put it this way. Our parents now start becoming our dependents.
Correct. Black tax. That's where black tax now comes in.
Yeah.
And you see, it's a cycle. 0 to 20, that's a place you're not making money.
Yeah.
20 to 60 this is your cash cow years. That's where money is coming in. So you need to take care of both short term and long term. Because you see, when you're in your 60s, you want to be a kind of grandparent, you can take your grandchildren for holiday. You want to take care of your medical expenses. So that's why I always encourage people, as we are taking care of short term, let's
Also
think
take
of
care
the
of
long term.
Okay.
Long term means depends on your patience levels. Are you a patient person yourself?
Well, I can call myself patient, but other people might say I'm not patient. So I know I'm patient with my business and my businesses
With
for
your
that
money.
matter. I'm patient with my money.
Okay.
But to some extent.
Yeah, so some people still want to save in the long term.
Okay.
But there's some guys who want to wait for full 10 years and get their money with interest.
Okay.
Those are patient people. Okay. Now there are others who are like, hey man, 10 years. Is there something? So these guys,
Short-term,
I'd rather give them something with partial payments that's encouraging them.
Yeah.
Like for a better part of this year, I've paid a lot of partial payments to people and it's encouraging. Like as we speak, a beneficiary is taking her daughter to Malaysia for holiday now.
Through a short term.
Through this, it's long term but has partial payments.
Okay, partial payments in the course of the period.
Yes, because when we sat down 3 years ago, she was like, at this age, my daughter will be finishing maybe class 8, whatever. I need to take her somewhere. So when we sit, we discuss in depth. So for me, I think the long term best because of the benefits and also seeing my dad expanding his farms today through the long term investments that he took. Because right now he's not working.
Yeah.
So where is he getting money from? From these long term investments.
Okay.
Yeah. And I always ask this question. Don't think long term is too far. 10 years ago, how old were you? 10 years to come, how old will you be?
Yes. Yeah. And how many people will be depending on me?
Exactly.
I think that's also the question for me to ask myself.
Yes.
So tell us about what's your favorite product in the long-term sector?
So my favorite, long-term, 2 of them.
Okay.
We have the endowment with profits. So this one is for patient guys, okay? Because of the return.
Okay.
Now, I also love the anticipated endowment because of the partial payments.
Okay.
But the benefit that you will always enjoy, of course, is the interest, like the money back with interest.
Yeah.
I'm scared of saying this one, tax free. And then
I was just scared.
And then also the fact that at least, life happens. Most people think that long term you're scared of taking it, but when life happens, you can actually downgrade.
Yeah.
Let's say I was doing 10K today and things are thick. You can reduce the money to as low as 2,000 shillings per month.
Yeah.
Maybe today I can only afford 2,000 for my long term. You can also upgrade it.
Okay.
And also the fact that the most important, even if you guys will forget anything today, don't forget about life cover. Let me give you an example. So Martha has taken up one of our long-term investments. Yeah. God forbid I pass away today and maybe I was paying school fees for my son Abraham.
Yeah.
Am I there to continue saving for him or taking care of him? Definitely not.
Yeah.
So like from one of our investments, there's money called the life cover that is payable to next of kin.
Okay.
So I can put my brother, my husband, my son, so that in case of anything, they'll still be okay because nobody will ever take good care of you as I did in my capacity.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are many stories which we'll talk about maybe in the next couple of episodes where these different products are very important.
True.
And for us, what we're trying to do is just create a lot of inclusion and education.
Yes.
So someone, as you said, it's not one shoe fits all.
No,
everybody based on their needs. There are people who have a very high risk appetite, low risk appetite, very patient. And as you said, patience can be patient as a person, but not patient with your money.
Yeah, exactly.
You get. So getting to understand different personalities and trying to understand what different products are out there for people to take up. And it's just advising generally, not necessarily pushing people towards a certain product. For us, we want to create that education.
Yes.
So that's quite interesting. And so even as we do this podcast, maybe what should people look forward to in terms of the discussions and all that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is in terms of knowledge. I would like the viewers, it's more of like knowledge for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So every episode, there's something new that you learn. Okay. Clarity, even in terms of maybe I was confusing the long term with short term, etc. Okay. It will also help in decision making. Like, fine, I know if I want to travel, this is what I should do. You'll not confuse and put, like rent money in a long term investment, yet it's not the purpose, it doesn't meet that purpose. Okay. And also in terms of helping somebody, because remember I was helped, so I didn't get this knowledge, like like I went to school, I didn't read about this anywhere. But even in terms of helping somebody, whether it's your parent, sibling, because not everyone is financially literate. So you'll help somebody else, and even your decision making, and number one, even growing your own savings and investments. And also avoiding bad debt. Those are the things at least that it will help you along the way.
I think, and young people are getting money at a very tender age.
A lot of money.
I think for us, it's all about making sure when someone starts earning their money, they know how to spend it. I mean, for us, we've made bad decisions growing up. Personally, I think I've made very bad decisions over the years as I started earning, started doing business. And for us, this is more about giving back and just trying to help the next generation, Gen Zs, who are not very patient, and they want a lot of accountability from all of us. So how then do we empower them and impact them to know how best to put their money, where to put their money, how to avoid debt, and to avoid everything that comes with that? Because if you don't, I think there's been a lot of depression and many of these challenges happening just because of money. Because of social media, there's a lot of again, also depression, because you see people's lifestyles,
but you don't know how they're funded. Actually,
you don't know how they're funded. You want that. So just helping people to be self-aware and to know how to better manage their lifestyle. So super excited for this journey. Thank you very much for being our first guest, and now that you'll be on this other side of the show going forward, we are really looking forward. So maybe just in summary, you can, of course, we will be hosting this every month, and we request you to subscribe share, comment, leave your
Like.
comments, so give one parting shot to the young people. I'm supposing you're doing this for the younger generation, or even
Yes.
people who are earning,
Yeah.
maybe all the way to 45, 50 thereabout.
Yeah.
What's your advice to some of these people in
Okay.
line with whatever we are doing?
So I will just say, run your own race. Like, you're not in competition with anybody. Run your own race. Accept the situation that you're in. Okay. And maybe I'm living in a bed sitter right now because that's what I can afford. Accept that phase. You'll not always be there. Things will get better and you will grow. So run your own race. See you in the next episodes.
Thank you very much, guys. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and look forward to downloading our app, MyZola app. Thank you very much.
Thank you.